Hello horror hounds, this is Nick. Welcome to DarkSpotting. I love watching scary stuff, and I bet you do too. Luckily, the internet is full of creators who put a lot of effort into making creepy and disturbing content. While all these videos are works of fiction, they are tasty treats for our twisted minds, and I've selected some of the best for you to enjoy. That is, if you can stomach them, of course. So sit back, relax, and let yourself be creeped out. This first video comes from the uber popular Instagram profile, The Horror Gallery, and it's perfect to begin this collection with. I know AI generated content is a love it or hate it affair, but I would say I am fairly agnostic on the subject, as long as it can create the intended mood. And this short clip is incredibly creepy. Enjoy. I really appreciate how this video manages to convey so many different shades of horror. It evokes feelings of decadence, grotesque, danger, otherworldliness, malevolence, and desperation. The author certainly knows how to disturb their audience, so kudos to the Horror Gallery. The internet is obviously a very vast space, and sometimes it's hard to trace back a piece of media to the original source, even when said piece of media is very popular and has been featured through many different outlets. Well, silly me, that is perhaps the main reason why. Regardless, I've seen this clip several times, and I hope it won't fail in giving you the same heebie-jeebies it gave me on each viewing.
Oh God! No! Oh my God! No! Oh.
That was unsettling, wasn't it? Most of the times, fear comes from the anticipation of what might happen, which is called suspense. We know, or at least I'm fairly certain, that this video is not real, because no one could stand up and look so unfazed after several stabs to the abdomen and could not go beyond one or two self-inflicted ones. We are pushed without any kind of exposition to assume the woman in white gown stabbing herself in the middle of the road at night is some kind of supernatural entity, and far more than the gore and blood on display, the real fright comes from the simple question: what would have happened to the driver if he had stopped and stepped out of the car? The next video is also less abstract than the first one and revolves around a simple idea. Well, an absolutely terrifying one, especially for those, like yours truly, who are afflicted by thalassophobia, the irrational fear of deep water and what may be lurking in it. Take a look.
What the hell? Hey!
Do not.
Hey! No!
Very effective, wouldn't you agree? This video was not created with AI, but through modeling, animation, rendering, and audio design. This confers a more realistic and cinematic tone and vibe to it, and thanks to the first-person point of view, the viewer can help but vicariously live those last dreadful moments when the protagonist sees his family wiped out in an instant and is well aware that he'll be next. Truly the stuff of nightmare that can only be concocted by a very capable and accomplished artist. Another AI-generated video coming from another popular creator, TikToker Latent Places, but a different flavor of discomfort altogether, even though the fictional creatures on display vary from mildly scary to sort of cute. The idea of small physically repulsive beings invading our reality is well established in all media. Take the Gremlins, for instance, the Critters, or the delightfully disgusting card series of the Garbage Pail Kids from the 80s. Here it is.
Globs, these sentient masses of bacteria have been invading the homes and hearts of folks in Brooklyn, New York, thought to have been evolving inside the borough's sewer system since its creation in the late 1850s. These unsightly organisms have recently begun to emerge from the tub sinks and toilets of local residents. At first, horrified city officials began an aggressive extermination campaign against the globs. Both chemical and incendiary strategies were employed in this effort. However, after following the lead of a few brave individuals, Brooklynites have now been adopting the strange growths in droves. Glob owners claim that globs have temperaments very similar to that of certain small breed canines. Globs are loyal, excitable, anxiety-prone, and highly motivated by little treats. Glob owners encourage anyone looking for a pet to visit the local Glob Adoption Center located at 2336 Linden Boulevard. This has been a public service announcement from the Ministry of Latent Places.
What a cool video. These globs don't look too menacing, but they can certainly gross you out, and that's also part of the spectrum of emotions that horror can elicit, because due to our evolutionary past, we have an instinctual fear of anything small and slimy that could carry dangerous toxins or pathogens. This next video comes from a YouTube creator who goes by the name Sally71, specialized in making mostly videos about strange puppets inside boxes who don't want to be awakened. The props in the videos are all handmade, which shows a great level of craftsmanship and dedication. Take a look. What do you think? I know that when compared to the ghastly stuff that can be found on the internet or in this collection, a tiny stuffed puppet can seem rather tame, but as someone who enjoys looking at the craft of storytelling, whether visual or written, with a critical eye, I think this video is brilliant in creating an constantly growing tension through audio design and a series of small details and contrivances. What is the puppet really? Is it alive? Is it dangerous? Is it some sort of malevolent entity, and what will it do if the person recording will keep trying to wake it up instead of acquiescing to its written request? All these questions half-consciously pop into our heads while watching the video and unsettle us in the anticipation of something bad that's about to happen. What a talented creator of scary content. The following piece of content does not sport too many bells and whistles and may look deceptively simple in execution, but it is as creatively clever as the others in generating yet another flavor of uneasiness, existential horror. Enjoy.
Nie tam się red. There is nothing.
Well, not exactly a jolly message, but you weren't looking for the fluffy and sweet feelings when you clicked on this collection, right? The vintage ambience and music, together with the implicitly hellish fire just outside the windows and the heavy and unnerving makeup on the actress's face, who I presume is the author as well, make for a powerful cocktail that disturbs and upsets the viewer. It's obviously not the kind of clip that could appeal to the broader public, but I appreciate the inventiveness and effort behind it, and I hope I will find more content by this creator. I can't really tell you what the intention behind the following video is. Perhaps it's simply to scare the viewer, perhaps to describe how the mind of a truly violent person works, minus the metaphors, of course, or maybe it's a way for the author to express some dark thoughts or imagination, which wouldn't make them dangerous, obviously. Take a look.
It's time for breakfast. A glass of milk always gets a spot. The outside is dangerous, that's why it doesn't exist. Did you know the grass feels every foot that walks upon it? I've talked to the grass before, it doesn't like when I walk onto it. I don't want it to hurt the grass. I hate hurting things, but I can't help myself when the time arises. I wish I could stop, but it's just too addictive. The feeling I get from other people's pain is truly beautiful. If you got the feeling too, you wouldn't want it to stop either. I'm jealous of you because I truly am cursed forever, but I'm also glad I'm the only one able to experience this kind of high. The envy you must have for me fuels my addiction even more. It feels like a cold, smooth, and creamy liquid going down my throat that then radiates throughout my body. I guess that's why I love drinking milk. I guess that's why I love breakfast.
Pretty creepy, wouldn't you agree? I wouldn't call this the scariest video in the collection, but it's definitely the one I find most disturbing, because it clearly states how someone would enjoy hurting others, and we all know that there are seemingly normal human beings out there who harbor such dark and vile thoughts. The next video is the shortest and simplest one, and it did not require the same level of craftsmanship as other we've seen, but that doesn't make it any less effective, so much so that it has been featured almost everywhere in the portion of the web dedicated to the scary stuff. Here it goes. I know that such a result can be achieved with prosthetics, and I'm almost 100% sure that's just a normal woman wearing a mask, but the uncanny valley is one of the most effective cognitive mechanisms to instill fear. Witch, monster, demon, these are all words that come to mind when staring at that sinister face and wicked smile, and this video is a testament to the fact that sometimes the simplest things can provoke the most visceral reaction. We had not yet touched upon the medium of cartoon animation, so it's only fair I chose one by the popular creator Unwholesome Penguin for the last segment. Enjoy! Ah, the evil imposter in the bed. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book, and yet it works every single time. The idea that we could wake up next to a malignant entity pretending to be a member of our family is perhaps one of the oldest collective fears for mankind, and this cartoon executes that formula to perfection. I really hope you enjoyed this collection of creepy videos. I am sincerely grateful that you chose to watch it, and I hope you will come back soon to be creeped out some more.